It's time to shake the focus up. Sick of being sick and tired, tell me if you had enough. Yeah, it's Shooks in the building now. We ain't missing nothing. We gon' catch him if they got a rub.
What is good, y'all? What is good? Thanks for tuning in and welcome back to another episode. Now, this one is going to be a little bit different. This is going to be more of an update style video, but there have definitely been some things going on with XCN over here. And surprisingly, not a lot of people know about them. That staking rate increase came as a shock to most people, and I don't think it should have. So we're going to talk a little bit about why that is, and then I'll give you maybe a little thought I have about what could happen with the market between now and the end of the year. It hasn't really changed much since the newsletters. If you've been reading the newsletters, I've been pretty consistent on what I think was going to happen. And, so far, sticking to what's been in the newsletters, it's been so far pretty accurate. So let's go ahead and get into this so people can see what's happening with XCN. So a few of these different polls have gone on. If you don't remember, when we had that run up back in the beginning of 2025, XCN best performing asset Q1 2025, when we had that run up, there was some things that went on over on the web app. If folks were using the staking or the farming or in trying to collect their rewards, there were some reports of issues doing that, as well as some reports of issues unstaking. Because on top of that, we were having a lot of votes going on with this project. So you had all of that traffic for the voting, the transactions, the staking, everything happening right there in that web app. And so I believe that was causing some congestion. So two things, in my opinion, outside looking in, that this polls platform did was thing number one, it is actually cheaper to suggest changes over here. You need less XCN since this stood up. And thing number two, it obviously split up some of that traffic. So now you just have the transactions, really the kind of the finance actions happening over there with the governance available for obviously critical things that come up. But let's go ahead and continue here. Create official ambassador leader role. So this one, we're not gonna read this whole thing really on any of them. But this just confirms that Sean is the official ambassador leader. If you remember back when they kind of transitioned from Chain to Onyx, around that time-ish, Sean along with VT, they were the community leaders, and they kind of stepped back during that time. And Sean actually became an ambassador. So what this does is just, it really confirms Sean is the leader of the ambassadors. If you're unfamiliar with the ambassadors, you can go over to Telegram if you want to interact with the XCN community ambassadors. That's how you do that. And honestly, or also I should say, if the community wanted to make any change in ambassadors, I do believe it has to go through a polling process as well. I remember back in the day, some of y'all asked me if I wanted to be an XCN ambassador. Personally, I think that would have created a little bit of a conflict of interest based on the kind of videos that I do. So it probably was not in the cards for that to happen. But nonetheless, this is how you interact with those who are XCN ambassadors. Let's keep going here. So this one right here, the increased XCN native staking rate. Again, this is the one that surprised a lot of people. But let's crack this bad boy open. So increase the native staking rate to 40%. Now, if you come over here to the app right now, you'll see it's at, just dropped down to 32%. It was up to 35 the other day when somebody posted in Patreon. Excuse me. But we can see it's down even a little bit since then, which could indicate that people are coming over here and taking advantage of it. But let's go ahead and get that first paragraph here. This poll represents a significant milestone for the Onyx community as we consider an adjustment to our native staking framework. By increasing the XCN native staking rate to 40%, we aim to strengthen protocol security while rewarding participants with higher yields. This initiative directly benefits users who stake their ERC20 XCN through the Onyx protocol app, aligning incentives to secure the network and further decentralized participation. A higher staking rate not only enhances protocol robustness, but also demonstrates our collective commitment to long-term sustainability. Again, this helps reward people, that'll incentivize people to stick around longer. It can drive more users to the platform, which gives the app more exposure. It's really just a lot of good things that come of this, right? The only thing is, again, is those different stickers fill up, we may see those rewards continue to drop a little bit. But this is how that happened. So if you were shocked by it, this this is why and how it happened. So there was a big vote for on that one. 317 million XEN. Let's go ahead here to the next one. So these next ones, in my opinion, kind of give us some clues to market happenings, and if not market happenings, at least what would happen with XEN if we had market happenings. So let's get into this, the XEN Global Brand Acceleration Campaign, real quickly here. So this poll is to allocate 1 million USD equivalent of XEN from the Dow Treasury to launch a 12-month strategic marketing campaign. This initiative will drive global awareness, expand governance, participation, and establish XEN as a recognizable brand in the crypto ecosystem. Need for visibility. Onyx Tech is advancing the gas-free wallet, the Onyx Points, but brand recognition lags behind competitors. The DAO has capacity to fund meaningful marketing without threatening reserves. A coordinated push during 2025 can compound adoption momentum. This right here, I think, is a big kind of clue to what could happen with the market. Now, we know we don't have a ton of catalysts really for the rest of the year, but we do have ISO. And what this can do, if they time it properly, because we'll see in the next one kind of that this is activated, if they time it properly and can take advantage of some of that ISO hype, assuming we get the ISO hype like we did with all the other kind of regulation run-ups, then this can be really good for XEN, especially, and then spanning this over across the span of a year with the interbank mesh network going live in 2026. This can really help XEN get out there and get moving. Now, some of the things they suggested in here can be even more powerful if they get a community face or something to go with it. So they're talking media and ads, Cointelegraph, CoinDesk, CMC, CoinGecko, excuse me again, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Reddit, influencers, mid-tier KOLs, events and sponsorships, 2 to 3 strategic crypto conferences, ETH Global Consensus. They're talking about being sponsors. It would be really nice if we could get somebody to show up here. We could get a lot of community action and content created if we get something like that happening with XEN. Something else I want to point out here, run community meetups in 3 major regions: Asia, Latin America, and MENA. I don't actually know what MENA is off the top of my head, but it's not the US. You can see here they are aiming for the emerging markets. They're not the US is lagging behind, y'all. This is a global market. So we can see here that they are definitely targeting getting into these other regions. That is very bullish. Community growth engine, 200K bounty pool via Zealer request. So PR and branding, we can come down here. It's got the summary, right? The breakdown of how they plan to use said marketing funds. So this is all bullish. We've been kind of wondering and waiting, seeing when XEN is going to start to try to make some noise. They finally allocating a little bit of those funds to make some noise here. And then we can see here on this last one that we are officially activated. So something I want to point out here, you can kind of look at token holder sentiment when you look at these votes. So if we come over here to the brand acceleration, there were almost no votes against allocate money to do that. Everybody is kind of in agreement, like, yeah, at some point we're gonna need some marketing here, let's do it. But then over here to actually activate it, that's where we saw some separation in sort of the thought process of a lot of the holders. Some people were like, nah, for. So is that saying that voter sentiment was kind of like, yeah, we need to do it, but some were kind of like, maybe not right now? It's kind of what it looks like to me. But again, if they could capitalize on the ISO news and things like that, this could work out very, very well for XEN. Let's go back. I think that was the last. So that was actually the last announcement there from the poll section. This is very important. Make sure you're not skipping this poll section. I will definitely try to do a better job of covering it. And shout out to Mr. Hollett The shorts is out. The song is starting to leak. The song is out right now on probably all the major platforms. The full YouTube video just hasn't dropped yet. So there's some shorts running for it right now. It's been a lot of fun. But the coming up on the other side of that, the announcement I wanted to give was that week of November 11th is going to be Patreon week. So similar to how we did the last time, if somebody's got a project, last time it was Cubic, but if you're a Patreon member and you got a project that you want me to look into to kind of reveal for the group like that, make sure you get it submitted between now and then. I won't be able to do all of them if I get a bunch of them, so try not to go crazy. If there's like one that you want, follow up on one. Otherwise, I will follow up on Cubic, which was the last suggestion, which I actually kind of want to do anyway. So y'all let me know how that goes. And then, and also with Patreon week is really just going to be a focus. So if there is a video or some material that I owe the group that I haven't got out yet, that'll kind of be the time to expect that to come around. I don't think I really have any other announcements to make right now. Hopefully everybody's staying healthy, taking care of yourself. And until next time, don't get shook. Stay focused. And I'm out.